Good morning, welcome back to In the Garden, and it looks obviously like you have some work for me to do today.
Yes, I do. So we've got spring flowering bulbs here.
Okay.
Time to plant is now. But bulbs come in so many different sizes. You've got daffodils, which are pretty large, tulips kind of in between, the alliums, which are gigantic.
Big time.
And then you've got this little bulbs.
Little
There's
tiny ones.
all kinds of little bitty ones. So which tool is best for a particular bulb?
Okay.
Well, let's just walk through it. Let's start out with some of the more familiar tools. And here, you have that one.
Thank you.
So the idea is work that into the ground, lift up. It's even got dimensions here so you can see how deep your planting hole is.
Which is important because each one of these need certain depths.
Absolutely, 3 to 4 times the height of the bulb.
Okay.
But here's the problem. With yours, you got to knock the soil off. With this one, look at that.
Ooh, very fancy.
See, it's got the jaws.
I like that.
So that soil will just drop right back into the hole.
Okay.
So that's one way to do it.
Okay.
They work great. I will tell you that if you're planting a lot of bulbs, your wrist is going to suffer a little bit. Now, here's the big Mamma Jamma version of essentially the same thing.
I thought it was your walker.
Which,
I didn't know that's what that was.
which obviously, it's like a shovel almost. You know, you stab in the ground, lift up, plant the bulb, and then knock the soil back into the planting hole.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, they work great. I tell you, in all my years of planting bulbs, I've actually been partial to just a good old trowel.
Okay. Simple.
Yes,
Easy.
but let me tell you something. Don't do this.
Okay.
Because again, you're going to end up a carpal tunnel, whatever. Your wrist is going to hurt. Take it like this. Stab, pull back, and then drop your bulb in.
Okay.
And your soil hasn't really been moved all that much, so it's easy to just cover it up.
Okay.
Now, we got, with these kind of tools, you're going to be on your knees quite a bit. So I strongly recommend, and this is coming from a guy who's planted over 4,000 bulbs, your knees will give out. So a little something like this is wonderful. And see, this is two-tone.
Yeah. For her and for him.
Exactly.
And they're pretty inexpensive as well.
Yeah, they are.
Really going to help you out though.
Very cushioned, feel
Okay.
great. The coolest ones for planting bulbs, coolest tools, are these. Here's one. That's for smaller bulbs.
Okay.
This is for big bulbs. 2 3/4 inch diameter auger bit.
Okay.
So you put these on a drill. Doesn't have to be a cordless drill, but it's a lot more convenient that way. And boom, throws all the dirt back up into a circle around the planting hole. Drop the bulb in, cover up, you're done.
Okay. And obviously that's going to help us with some of the bigger bulbs when we have to go down a little bit farther into the ground.
Or if you're
Make it easy.
planting a lot of bulbs.
No, real quick on each one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can really go to town. Now, you can also, when planting bulbs, they don't have to go in individual holes. You can also just use a shovel and dig out an area and put in a whole bunch of daffodils or whatever you want to plant and then cover that area up. So they don't always have to go in individual holes. But in the planting hole, a little bit of bone meal.
Okay.
Just sprinkle a tablespoon, and that will help that bulb get off to a good start. Then they'll come up, and as they start to come up in the spring, fertilize them with an all-purpose fertilizer, and that's really about it. I mean, these things, except for most tulips, they'll come back year after year and reward you with decades of beauty.
So all the tools that we see here, they're really going to help to make it easier for us, which is what I like.
Yes, especially those of us who are, getting up in their years. I call us Ben Gay gardeners.
You might want to get your walker then.
Yeah.
And walk off with that one.
Thanks a lot.
Well, thanks a lot, Paul. I mean, some great ideas, and
I'll see you later. You go ahead and finish up.
Take care, Paul. Thanks a lot for the information.